Welcome. Today we're going to talk about the toxic ass Scorpio and things that we can learn from them. Perhaps you are dealing with the unevolved Scorpio. Excuse me. Just had a burp. Excuse me. And you want to understand them more. Perhaps they're on a path of healing. Perhaps you're on a path of spiritual healing. Understanding your traumas more. So Scorpios are a good test subject, guinea pig to look at because they feel emotions very intensely and they experience things very intensely. So for them to evolve, it takes a lot of work and it takes some deep stuff. So using them as a base to compare to the other human being, it's a good example, right? They suffer for some reason, right? So I am a formerly toxic ass Scorpio, unevolved, right? You don't get evolved, and I'm still in the process of evolving. However, I can admit these are some behavior patterns that now, as the ascension of consciousness has come, I can reflect back on. And many Scorpios message me, or many women message me, oh my god, thank you so much for letting me go through this, or letting me understand this about my man, about other Scorpios, or other Scorpios message me. I remember when I went through that too. So Scorpios do go through similar phases, just most of them don't narrate it because they don't feel the need to. Now, what was the catalyst for evolution? I'll be honest with you, I mention it all the time, is my twin flame. My counterpart, my homegirl, her pure love opened my heart and showed me the toxicness that I've done to the world. And now the Scorpio scriptures is just it's kind of like a story into the mind of the Scorpio, so other people can understand and study and work through the struggles that they're working through. So welcome back to another episode of the Scorpio Scriptures podcast. I'm your host, Master J. So we're going to talk about astrology, all things Scorpio related, and the expansion of consciousness. So today we're going to talk about the top 3 lessons we can learn from unevolved Scorpios. Let's begin. Number 1, your emotions and traumas can blind you so much that you will constantly struggle in life and actually not even know why. You can be put in an endless loop-de-loop of your own consciousness. Regardless of effort, regardless of trying, sometimes it takes a true level of higher consciousness or pretty much divine intervention to guide you out of that. So emotions and traumas can come pretty much to everybody in life, right? Nobody leaves life unscathed. However, a Scorpio can experience some trauma, and because they are a fixed sign, because they are emotionally intense, because they a fixed sign, meaning they don't want to let go, being a water sign, being very stubborn, being very resistant to change, it's easy for them to fall into behavior patterns that are not so healthy and not so ideal. For example, Scorpios can become extremely controlling, or they can put their partners through a lot of tests after a heartbreak, because that trauma of the heartbreak has made it so they felt so much pain that they really never ever wanted to feel that again. So they developed defense mechanisms towards it. And this is very unhealthy because it puts hell on the other person. Because somebody else caused this pain to me, I am going to make sure no one causes it to me by controlling to them now. It's a very unhealthy pattern. And if you have this pattern, or maybe your unevolved Scorpio friend, partner has this, you can let them know, look, bro, it's alright to let go. I'm not Becky from 2nd grade. I'm not Mr. Billy who hurt you in 2nd grade, who broke your heart. This shit that you're dealing with right now internally is reflecting onto me. Can't you notice? And most times, people don't even notice, because your emotions and traumas can blind you into projecting a certain energy out into the world. And you'll have no idea. You'll literally have no idea. Unless you or somebody sits there and says, why do you do this? And you have to take, or we'll have to take a deep look in the mirror and go, why? Yeah, why do I do that? Huh. Think of it, Becky. Why is it every time you hear Jay's voice on talking about the word Scorpio, you get triggered and then you run and go eat some bag of chips? Why is it any time that somebody opens up to you and shows you some emotion, you put them through tests because you don't know if they actually love you or not? Huh? Why is it that the people that love you, you're the most mean to? And the people that hate you, you're the most kind to? Ain't that some unhealthy shit? Your emotions and traumas can blind you so much because It's a coping mechanism for us sometimes to resist the pain, for us sometimes to just not deal with it. But when you deal with it, that's the key to your evolution, rising above that. You know, if you have traumas, you have unconscious blocks, check out what I mentioned, our new angelic programming, link in the description, or Scorpio Scriptures Raw.tv. You can find out all about that. Number 2, Unevolved Scorpio's top 3 lessons. Many times and I do not talk about this lightly. Many times people are going to turn to substance addictions, vices, to fill the void in our heart, and to fill the void in our psyche based on what we lost or what we have not healed. You know, I know a lot of guys, I know a lot of people that just drink and do drugs all the time because they're not doing anything with their life. I know people that have no social life and they play video games all the time. They make friends on the internet. That's cool, play some video games, but you need to get some sun every once in a while. You need to talk to people. A lot of people want to feel the power in life. They want to feel the power of victory. They want to feel the power of accomplishing their goals because it's natural inside of us. But we can just get it from a drug for free. You can feel victorious for free. The shame in your heart is manifesting sometimes through shame from addictions. That addiction to perhaps sweets or candy can be because you don't feel enough love in your life, right? You know, these things are often connected. I say this as someone who used to be addicted to drugs. And what I really found was the pleasure that I got from doing drugs was replaced by the pleasure that I now have today of spiritual understanding and living my passion and purpose. Sometimes we have been so far off the beaten path, so shackled down, so muffled down that our soul is crying out and our vessel is crying out saying, I just want to feel good. Why don't I feel good? Something to make me feel good. Anything just a little bit to make me feel good. To make me feel a little bit of pleasure. A lot of people are, you know, they're living a life they don't enjoy. Certain things, there's a void in us. We seek to fill it. But the only thing that can truly fulfill it is long lasting. It's not external to you, it's internal to you. And when you get it right internally, you'll get it right externally. People have all sorts of addictions. But what's the root cause of addiction? If you can fix that, you can fix them. Maybe you hate yourself. Maybe we hate ourselves. We're not perfect. Maybe we have self-esteem issues. Maybe we are love deprived, touch deprived. So we're always seeking these things. Maybe we feel like a failure. So we seek something to make us feel like a success. You have to rise above these things. You have to rise above these things. Just live the life you want. And number 3, especially, this is something you understand, nobody is perfect. And every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. But do not be too kind to people. Do not tolerate too much BS in people. Don't let your personal boundaries be attacked. But, you know, lesson learned. Everybody changes at one point or another. It's never too late. It really is never too late. So you see people with all these toxic behaviors, and when they let shit go, when they make a true decision to change, when you make a true decision to change, man, you have no idea how different your life can be. Just because you made a decision in the dark. What happens in the dark comes to light. I remember I was talking to this person, right? Let's just call her Becky. I was talking to this Becky one time, and let's just say I didn't respond to whatever message, and she just started cussing me out. And then I was like, I'm not even gonna read this message, so I deleted the message from my Instagram. I opened the message again, and she messaged me like 4 more times. Becky, she goes, I'm sorry I'm mad at you, and started yelling at you. I'm just unhealed. I'm still working on my journey. And I said, bitch. Block. Goodbye, Becky. But that's not an excuse. People aren't perfect. People are always working on themselves. But you know, certain things you don't gotta tolerate in people. I didn't really know that girl anyways. All I knew at that point on was I didn't want her in my life anymore. It's such immature foolishness and behavior. However, nobody's perfect. And the people that are in your life, you have attracted to them on a certain level. And it is your choice to tolerate people's behavior or not tolerate people's behavior. Don't let people get in your personal boundaries. Don't let people be the reason that you're having a bad day. Let it be a reason that you're having a great day. And be the reason that people are having a great day. So these are big lessons from a Scorpio. You can have issues with yourself. And you don't even know why until you just look a little deeper under the blanket of the surface. And there you shall find the true you. Can you look in the mirror of your soul and have the courage to change it so you can ascend from your current state of who you are and make the decision to rise higher? You're always just one step away from a new tomorrow. If you make that choice today,